Heyo, it's your boy Ghosty, and welcome back to another video. This team today was a creation from Orphic Tempest, and what he did is he saw a player running Shadow Sandslash with a Giratina save swap and a Charizard in the back. And so he decided that instead of the Giratina, he's going to use a normal Dragonite and a normal Charizard. I only have a good Shadow Dragonite, and so you'll see there's some matchups that's better, like in the Giratina matchup you can do a bit better there, but there's some matchups that are much worse. Guzzlord, you can survive 2 aerial aces on the non-shadow, but you can't with the shadow. So there are certain trade-offs, but yeah, I don't have a normal Dragonite that's worth powering up. So first up we have Swampert in the lead, and so how I was told to play this after the fact is if they shield this draw run, we're going to go straight into Dragonite, because shield advantage we just carry that onto Charizard. But I'm staying in here. Hydro Cannon only does like 45%, so that was kind of stupid of me to shield. I was kind of, still had Great League mindset that kind of does like 90%, but yeah, they bring in a War Rain and we're not even going to bait. We're going to straight for the super power. Luckily they throw immediately. So obviously we're not going to shield them. We're going to come back in and farm down. Now it might have been better to come in with Charizard and farm that down, getting energy on 2 Pokemon. But yeah, Swampy comes back in. I know this is only a Hydro Cannon, but again, I thought this does I thought it would take me out, but it doesn't. It only does 44%. So yeah, we're going to throw the drill run and they shield. We know we're going to outpace them here, but the thing is, again, I thought this did way more. It does not nearly do enough, and yeah, so I'm going to let them throw here. Again, if this was a Hydro Cannon, it wouldn't even take me out, but they full sent the Earthquake, and now it's Tina in the back. Yeah, I mean, I think even if they don't have the rock move, we're screwed, but you're going to see how actually screwed we are. The Ancient Power and their boost, and it's 100% over now. So yeah, poor play from my end. Sylveon lead. This is great. We have 2 answers to this, so even if they swap out, we could stay in. Obviously, Dragonite needs to avoid this, and you're going to see there's some places I make some misplays here. So we're going to go for the draw run on good timing, and then we're going to go for an Ice Punch here. I'm assuming they shield. They've got a lot of energy here, right? So I think the bait is worth it. They only have resisted moves, so Shock and Moonblast, and yeah, so we're going to take us out. So we're going to overfarm a bit too much, but luckily that charm doesn't take us out, and we're going to full send an Ice Punch, and whatever comes in here is going to take us out. It's a Cress. Oh, I remember this game. Yeah, so almost actually every Cress I saw was running Future Sight, so I'm assuming 2 Shield Dragonite sweeps anything. So I'm just saving shields for that. I mean, also shielding Moonblast feels bad, and Dragonite is also Shadow. The team I was given was non-Shadow Dragonite. I know this is just Grass now, which is double resisted, right? That does like 8%, so we're fine to no shield that. But now my Zard basically can't do anything. It's so low. I'm going to swap out here because I don't want to get farmed down, and it's a Shadow Dragonite of their own in the back. Throwing a move would be a lose con, but my swap in, either they have better, no, I've got a rank 4 Dragonite, so it's not the IVs, so the swap in cost us 1 turn and we go down there. Galissapod lead, again, this is a bad matchup for Sandslash, and we have 2 better answers in the back, so I should immediately be swapping into Dragonite here. We're going to throw a draw run for no reason, that's resisted, but it gets some chip, and yeah, even though we're shadowed, we can quite handily take this aerial ace. Yeah, it does like 25%, and they bring in a Gliscor. Now, I'm playing this team wrong, right? I'm thinking alignment is going to be good for me, and sometimes it's important, but if I no shield that and come in with Zard and farm, I have now a spare shield and energy on Zard. But now what I have is, a shield down. I still have energy here, which is going to, okay, takes out the Galissapod, and I think we get a move into this Escavalier, which is kind of nice, but we're shield down, and this Escavalier gets some farm. Now, my play is basically only if I can catch a Stone Edge, and so they farm up 1 over, I farm up to their 1 over the Stone Edge and try and catch, but yeah, their win condition is just to get to 2, make sure I don't catch. So it was kind of silly of me to make that catch there, although to be honest, you know, once I shielded the Dragonite, I kind of thrown this game. And yeah, they take us out. So GG's trainer. In the next match, we have a Tingly. This is amazing, right? I think they bring in a Steelix. Yeah, they do. And this is by far our best answer for Steelix. And now, they almost always shield this first one, but because it's only one Shadow Claw more for the draw run, and it, you know, an Ice Punch does 11% and a draw run does like 75%, it's much better to just not bait. You know, even if it doesn't matter if we don't bait, because we're still going to outpace them to 3 moves, right? Or 4 moves even, because it takes them so long to get to the Earthquake. It takes 8 Dragon Tails to get to the Earthquake and 4 to every Breaking Swipe. They bring in a Tapu Fini and make a really good catch here onto their Tina. And now Tapu Fini is a huge problem in the back. I'm going to farm back up to a move. I couldn't quite get to the draw on there because I thought they might just throw. And I'm going to bring in my Dragonite here. I know I'm going to have to eat 1, and I'm going to try and then shield 1 and farm all the way down. This way we can come out with energy, you know, get some valuable chip on that Tapu Fini, and yeah, they're not going to shield this, right? They don't know what I have in the back yet, and it's probably going to do more than a superpower, and it obviously will. If I done it the other way, I might have got a Dragon Claw and a superpower, but you know, we're not risking it. All we have to do is get to a Blast Burn here, and because we're a non-Shadow Zard, we can actually tank a Surf here. It's not as comfortable as I'd like, but we survive it. We're going to Blast Burn here, and now at this point in time, I thought I had the draw run banked, but we survived the 3 or 4 water guns there to get to the draw run. So, super close game, super well played. So I think now we're going into the final set, and oh, yeah, this game I play so poorly. You saw that lag that happened there wasn't the recording. I came in and we were 3 Shadow Claws in already. I don't know how that worked. They swap Poliwrath and I accidentally bring in Dragonite, and this is not good, right? Because with Shadow we don't survive an Ice Punch, and I need to keep switch because Heliolisk is going to destroy our Charizard. So we have to shield the other one, and now we're going to just farm it all the way down and see what they bring in. So we're 2 shields down, but we have alignment. Heliolisk normally just runs Breaking Swipe and Grass Knot. Breaking Swipe does a lot, and they catch this on Machamp. Now in my mind, that's a bit of a mistake, and they're on 1, so I'm going to throw when they get to 6, because I'm not sure who wins CMP, and I don't want to just go down to a Rock Slide, right? And they no shield. So they're thinking Heliolisk is their win condition, and now you're going to see I fail this game in so many ways, and somehow still win. I'm going to bait here because it seems stupid for them to no shield, but they just eat the debuff Dragon Claw. Luckily, I mean, the plan was I could get to 2, so that's why I would bait. So we still get the shield and we get chip, so that's kind of decent. They have quite a lot of energy, but so do I, right? And I just need to get the shield and get to a draw run. I should have known that I'd lose CMP here and try to catch, because they're going to throw immediately because they know I have energy, right? And they have Parabolic Charge, which is, thank God it's such a bad move, because we survive it and we get to the draw run and take them out. So yeah, I threw that game like 4 times, I still won, thankfully. Dragalge lead is amazing, right? In almost every shield situation except the 2s, you're going to go straight Ice Punch. In the 2s you bait twice with Ice Punch and then go draw run. But yeah, this is, I could overfarm even more because the Aqua Tail doesn't really hurt. You can see it only does like maybe 15%. But we're just going to get rid of this because I want to make sure that they go down. They bring in an Escav, and we have 2 answers to this. They swap out, which is also great, because we totally wall their energy with Charizard. Unless it's Aerial Ace, but they won't even do that much, right? We bring in the Dragonite. We don't bait, but you could argue that it was worth baiting, because now they can just farm me down. Now I'm thinking, okay, Zard 2 shield is my win con. If they're going to full send the Earthquake, so be it. So I'm going to no shield this, because if I shield a Breaking Swipe, we're just in the world of hurt. They do full send the Earthquake, and this, I mean, it's not great because they're going to get to some Breaking Swipes here and permanently debuff me, but let's try Zard, right? it's one-shotting Escav no matter what. And I'm also thinking if they call a bait somewhere, we also just lose. I'm thinking Breaking Swipe's going to do more damage than anything Escav can throw. You know, Drill Run, Acid Spray, Heliolisk is probably, but none of them are running it. So they bring back in their Escav, and they were on one more than I thought, but they're going to win CMP anyway. So I'm just going to overfarm because the counters are going to do way less than the Dragon Tails. You're going to see we're not going to bait here. Easily one shots, right? Now my game overtaps there. I throw one and try and throw, but it throws 2 wing attacks and gives them a whole free Dragon Tail. But luckily that we're 1 away and we survive this Dragon Tail. So super close 1 HP and a dream win there. Into the next match, this is Jellicent. Jellicent lead is a bit tricky, but because it's Ultra League, I've thrown such bad timing there. Yeah. Because it's Ultra League, you live a Shadow Ball and then they have to go for a second move. And the game plan is usually to just, you know, sweep with one of the back 2 mons. Usually Charizard, but one of the back 2 mons with a shield and an energy advantage. So they're going to take us out here and be dry, and we're just going to come straight into our Dragonite to farm them down. They don't want that to happen, they swap into a Greedent. This is super spammy, and because my D-Knight is Shadow, I think that's easier to tank all the body slams on my Zard. I'm going to force 1 shield, and then just hop into Zard, right? We can take like 2 or 3 body slams. They try and crunch debuff. Luckily we don't get the debuff, so that's amazing. We're going to throw this on CMP, and worst case they survive this with 1 HP, and that's exactly what happens. Now I get less farm and eat this move, right? I could have got an extra 4 Dragon Wing attacks here. So anyways, they're going to bring back in the Jellicent, and I'm just going to farm this all the way down. They try and catch a Dragon Claw. It doesn't work, right? We were going to farm it all the way down and just shield. So we're not baiting. We now know that Dragonite is our win con, so I wasn't sure. I mean, I knew they would bait there, right? And here they throw before they even build up energy to the foul play, and I know that Jelly is super close to a move, so I have to save a shield for Jellicent. So I was going to build up to throw the superpower on the CMP, but they threw before, so we'll eat that. And now we just have to farm them down before they farm us down, and we do. So GG's well played. They're super close games, and that's what's fun about this team, is the games you win feel so good, and the games you lose, you don't feel like RPS or, you know, algorithms. You feel like there's small little plays here and there. Building up an extra Shadow Claw, catching this move was a win condition that you missed. So it kind of, you know, makes you want to play better, and also is way more fun to play. So the Shadow Charizard, I always want to call that bait, but you're in such a bad position if they don't bait. So we're going to shield it and they don't bait, which is great. And then they bring in a Drapion, and this is kind of fun, right? We're going to just build up some more energy, get a draw run, and then bring in our Charizard here, because we can tank this energy a bit easier, right? It's kind of funny talking about Charizard as an energy sponge, but because it's Ultra League and it's not Shadow, it can take a hit. Obviously not a rock type move, but anything else you can take 1. I'm going to shield this because I can get the farm down here. But they're going to bring in their Charizard, and this is kind of fun, right? Because if they throw their Dragon Claw, they're dry, and I've got energy on my Sand Slash. But I'm just going to, I'm going to bring in my Sand Slash, farm up to just before they get to another Claw, and get rid of this, right? We're both Shadow, so it does. I find the Shadow Charizard is much easier to play because the Shadow Claws do so much more damage, and there's a Verizon in the back, and unless they're running Stone Edge, which I haven't seen one that is with this team yet, we're in a good spot. I mean, they try and make a catch here, which is a good play, but we're not falling for it. We farm up to 2, and we're going to take them out. So, super clutch games so far. And yeah, this team is so fun to play. And we get to the second Dragon Claw. Managing your energy, because it's 3 glass cannons basically, right? We're using Charizard as a tank. But yeah, into I think our final game, we have a normal Zard, and this is even scarier, right? Because they can live an Ice Punch, like they don't need a shield, but you do. So I try and throw before they get to a Blast Burn, to make them scared to throw it immediately, because I could catch it, right? Again, everything inside me wants to no shield this, but it's so risky. Anyways, we're going to get our shield back, and I think the plan is to catch a Blast Burn on our Dragonite here, because we can't 2-shield and we need to save. I'm assuming they're going to throw on CMP, and we can't go shields down, and we also can't just let our Sand Slash go, because look at this. Here is our super hard answer to our Charizard, so we really needed to lure this out. So this is amazing, right? They are going to get quite a lot of farm here. I'm not going to get 2 superpowers, so I'm just going to throw a Dragon Claw, which is double resisted. It doesn't do much. And we go down. So they're, I think, at 2 serfs now, or just about. Yeah, they are, because they're going to throw both, because I'm trying to throw on good timing, which is meaningless. I should have just thrown this on CMP and taken it out. But as long as we get rid of this Tapu Fini, I think, you know, we should be fine, until you see what's in the back, and it's not fine. It's a freaking Empoleon, and there's not much worse than an Empoleon in the back. So we're going to play to our win con, try and get a shield. They're going to try and catch here. You know, they're well over 100, I mean, Hydro Cannon energy, but we're going to farm this down, try and throw on a CMP, but yeah, they're saving all the energy for next game, and that doesn't do enough damage, so yeah. Very hard to find a win con for this game. The Empoleon in the back is, I mean, they're double answers in the back, right? So we drew out one, but we couldn't get rid of both. Cresselia, this is amazing, right? We resist absolutely everything. So I'm just trying to make sure they don't catch. So we're just over farming by a lot, because also if they swap out, I want to make sure I have energy for whatever comes in, because it's basically free farm on Sand Slash. They're going to throw the future side. It does like, what, 30%? Not scary. Now I know I'm not going to be able to take them out in one move, so I'll throw the weaker move and then get a farm down afterwards, so I can come out with as much energy as possible. Then we'll throw the second future side, which is going to put us, you know, kind of low, but there's no ways they Psycho Cut us down, and we leave with a lot of energy. I was almost certain there was going to be something that hard counters it in the back, so we're going to immediately swap out into our Dragonite, and they bring in a... So what's nice about this matchup is you can eat one Dragon Claw and take them out, right? So we're just gonna shield both, because we can farm them down now. And this energy is going to be threatening onto the Obstagoon that we saw in the back. We can probably even bait once, and they know it's over. And yeah, so super clutch games at the end there. Once I got the hang of this team was so fun. So I highly recommend it if everyone's making a legend push. Lord knows I'm still stuck in the dredges. Yeah, so thank you so much. If you haven't already, please like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.